Welcome to Lived Stories, true-to-life tales with sharp endings. Entitled Mom Demands Free Service. Ma'am, that's illegal. I own a small photo and print studio on a quiet corner near a public elementary school. We do headshots, family sessions, event coverage, and a lot of same-day prints. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work. One Tuesday, right after lunch, the door chime rings. A woman pushes in a stroller, phone in one hand, sunglasses on her head like a crown. She doesn't say hello. She plants both elbows on my counter and opens with, "Okay, let's get this over with." I'm here for the mom discount. Free, obviously. I blink. Free, what exactly? Family session. Prints. I also want a canvas. And rush turnaround. She taps the stroller. It's for the PTA, community exposure. You can write it off. There it was. Not a request. A declaration. Ma'am, I say, keeping my voice even. Asking for a donation is fine. But demanding free service and implying I have to, that's not how donations work. She rolls her eyes. Everyone donates when I ask. Do I need to call the principal? Or post to the PTA Facebook? Because refusing a school is illegal. I tilt my head. Illegal? I point to the sign. Ma'am, that's illegal, what you just implied. Misrepresenting law to force a business to work for free. Also, calls and conversations may be recorded for quality and training. It's a one-party consent state. I don't like using that sign, but some days it's seatbelts. She huffs. Fine. If you won't help the children, I'll take my platform elsewhere. And she storms out, stroller squeaking indignantly. I think that's the end. It's not. 2 hours later, I get an online booking notification. A free consultation slot, 30 minutes, no charge, on Friday at 4 p.m. Name, Patty. Email, a brand new Gmail. Phone number, blank. I know a high-maintenance appointment when I see one. I confirm the time and add one line. Please bring any nonprofit documentation if this is a donation request. EIN or a letter on official letterhead is perfect. Friday, 3:59 p.m. She arrives. Same woman, same sunglasses crown. No stroller now, just a large tote bag that looks like it has an entire filing cabinet inside. She sits without being invited, opens her tote, and slides a piece of paper across. It's my contract, my logo, my clauses. Except someone has edited a line with a pen. Total, $0.00. Community partnership. Sign here, she says, tapping the signature line. Ma'am, I say, that's not the contract I sent. And altering a contract after it's issued? I look up. That's illegal. She leans back, smiles like a game show host. It's a collaboration. Everyone does it. I promise great exposure. Wonderful, I say. Then email me the charity info. The EIN. A letter explaining what we're supporting so I can record the in-kind donation. I love doing real community work. I slide the altered contract back to her, untouched. And please don't edit legal documents with a pen. Her smile pinches. Do you know who runs the PTA? I do. Me. She stands up. You'll regret this. I don't. That night, an email arrives. Subject, PTA Partnership, EIN attached. The body is 3 sentences long and aggressive. The attachment is a blurry photo of a letterhead with an EIN. I search the IRS database. The EIN belongs to a local animal rescue, not the school, not the PTA. And if that rescue is real, they probably have no idea their number is being copy-pasted. No accusations, no drama, documentation. I reply calmly, thanks, Patty. To process a donation, I need a letter from the actual organization authorizing you to solicit on their behalf. Otherwise, I can offer a 10% neighborhood discount on our family basic package. Let me know by Monday. Monday morning, she answers with a 1-star review on Google. No community spirit, refuse to support children. She tags the PTA page and 3 neighborhood groups. I don't clap back. I send Google the screenshot trail, altered contract, EIN mismatch, my policy, flagged as suspected misrepresentation. Review goes into temporarily unavailable. By bedtime, 3 moms have messaged my business page privately. Hey, we saw the post. For what it's worth, she doesn't speak for the PTA. Also, she's been collecting donations for years. No receipts. I don't chase rumors. I chase facts. So I draft a courteous email to the school principal and the official PTA email listed on the district site. Subject: clarification request regarding donation solicitation. Body: hi, I love supporting the school. A community member approached me claiming to represent the PTA and provided an EIN that belongs to a different nonprofit. Could you confirm authorized contacts? If appropriate, I'm happy to donate a family mini-session day to the PTA. Proceeds to the school. The principal replies within 2 hours. Short, dry, perfect. Thank you. The PTA president is Melissa. Redacted. Patty is not on the board. Please forward any materials you received. We take misuse of the school's name very seriously. I forward. Screenshots. Email headers. Altered contract. 2 days of silence, and then the other shoe drops. I get a call from a blocked number while I'm calibrating a printer. It's Patty. Her voice is now slow and measured. You didn't have to contact the school, she says. You could have given me the package for free and this would all be done. I almost laugh. Ma'am, steering a business with forged documents and a borrowed EIN isn't done, it's evidence. Again, that's illegal. She hangs up. An hour later, the real PTA president, Melissa, walks in with a stack of folders and the tired expression of someone who has had enough. Hi, she whispers. I'm so sorry. She sets the folders on my counter. Patty has been telling vendors she's PTA for months. She's not. We're meeting tonight. If you're willing, could you put in writing what happened? Of course, I say. And regardless of Patty, I'll still host a real fundraiser for you. Mini sessions Saturday 2 weeks out. You get 100% of the session fees. I'll keep prints if anyone wants extras. Fair? Melissa stares. Then she cries a little out of sheer relief. We pick a date. I design a flyer. I send Melissa the editable file and ask, please use only the official PTA channels. Let's keep this clean. That night, Patty detonates on Facebook. Photographer harassed me and my child, called the school, bullied the PTA boycott. I post nothing. Melissa posts everything. The official PTA statement clarifying Patty has no role, that unauthorized fundraising is prohibited, that the PTA does not solicit free services from small businesses, and that a legit mini-session event is scheduled, with me, 2 Saturdays from now. Silence on Patty's thread, then comments that read like people stepping away from a wall that just lost gravity. The next day, I get an email from communitymomdeals@gmail. It's Patty again. New address, same voice. She attaches an invoice to me for emotional distress and lost exposure value. Total, $1,200 due in 7 days. I smile, then I build my own folder. Patty, evidence, emails, altered contract photos, IRS lookup screenshot, Google review flag confirmation, principal's email, PTA statement, Patty's invoice. I forward the lot to my payment processor's risk team because people like Patty sometimes try chargebacks and complaint swarms. Hi, heads up. If you receive any claims from this person, here's the context. Vendor safety concern. Friday, just before the fundraiser, a detective calls. He speaks carefully. We received a report from the school that someone's been using an unrelated charity's EIN to solicit in the school's name. We've taken statements. You're not in trouble. We're just collecting facts. Can you email your documentation? Yes, officer. I say. I have everything ready. Saturday arrives like sunrise after a storm. Families line up down the block. We do 12-minute mini-sessions like a machine that runs on laughter. By noon, the PTA has a box of envelope cash and a tidy spreadsheet. We break for water and pizza. At 2:10 p.m., a silver SUV idles across the street. Patty, I recognize the sunglasses. She doesn't get out. She just watches. I ignore her. I hold up a teddy bear to make a toddler smile. At 3 p.m., the principal stops by, shakes my hand, and thanks the actual PTA volunteers by name. He doesn't look across the street. He doesn't need to. We close at 5, giddy and exhausted. I count with Melissa at the counter. Session fees, $2,640. All to the PTA. I comp 2 families who asked in whispers if there was any way to do this on a tight budget. Of course there is. Monday morning, there's a voicemail. Patty again. Consider yourself reported to the Better Business Bureau, she says, voice shaking with the effort to sound authoritative. I send the BBB the same evidence packet. Case closed in 24 hours. Wednesday, Google reinstates my rating and removes Patty's review permanently for policy violations. Misrepresentation, organized harassment. 2 weeks pass. The detective calls again. They've spoken with the animal rescue whose EIN was on Patty's photo. They've been chasing mysterious sponsorship requests for months. The rescue filed their own report. Charges are above my pay grade. I don't ask which. Now, you asked for pro-revenge. Here it is, and I promise it's the quiet kind. A month after the fundraiser, I host a small community night at the studio. Snacks, music, a slideshow of thank you photos. We hang one canvas from the mini-sessions, the shot of 3 siblings laughing on a blanket. Under it, a small plaque. Donated by local families and businesses. Thank you. I invite the principal. I invite the PTA board. I invite the animal rescue too. They bring a puppy who falls asleep in my light tent. Patty is not invited, but she shows up anyway, halfway through, hovers at the door, then leaves when she sees the rescue director hugging the principal. The next morning, Melissa delivers an envelope. Inside, a handwritten note from the PTA, a photo of the new library corner they funded, and a gift card for my favorite coffee place. There's also a printed screenshot. It's from the PTA Facebook, an official announcement that the board positions for next year have been filled after a special election. Patty's name is not on it. I put the note on the wall behind the counter, just a little higher than eye level, right where the sunglasses would glare at it. Weeks later, a mom comes in for passport photos. She recognizes me, hesitates, and then blurts, "I'm sorry for what Patty did. She cornered vendors for years. She told us it was normal." "It isn't," I say gently. "Asking is fine. Telling people the law says they must. That's not how community works." She nods, relieved. Before she leaves, she points at the fundraiser canvas. "My kids are in that one," she says. "I keep that newsletter email starred." Because that's the end of this story. Patty tried to weaponize the idea of community into free labor. The community answered with receipts, policy, and a day of photos that actually paid for books. People ask me sometimes, "Why didn't you sue for defamation? Why not blast her online?" Because the most surgical revenge isn't fireworks. It's documentation, boundaries, and letting truth do the heavy lifting. And if you're a small business owner listening, here's your takeaway. Post your policies clearly. Keep calm copies of everything. If someone says you're required by law to work for free, breathe, point to the sign and say, "Ma'am, that's illegal." One last epilogue. A month after the community night, I get a postcard. It's from the animal rescue. A dog that showed up on their doorstep with a microchip was scanned, reunited with an elderly owner, and is back home sleeping under a piano. On the back of the postcard, in blue ink, "Thanks for caring about the right kind of exposure. If this story made you smile, tell me in the comments what your version of quiet revenge looks like. I'll pin the most well-documented one,